Okay, step one, you want to make sure you turn off your water supply. So to turn it off is simple. When it's parallel to this pipe, that means it's on. What you want to do is just take it and turn it off like that. All right, so now what I need to do here is I need to drain out the system, and this is the plug that's here. Channel locks will do. Usually it could be metal, it could be plastic. These could be inside the house. They could be in a closet. Mine happens to be outside. Every house is a little different. So I just go ahead and I just take this off. And you see that just pours right out. Not a lot of water comes out. This comes right out of here. You want to make sure you clean it up. Clean out your threads while you're doing this so you don't forget later. You don't want this stuff going into your system. Clog out the needles. All right, so I'm going to take this tool, which is a PVC pipe cutter. I'm just going to cut this PVC right here. Now I'm going to grab my channel locks and I'm going to take this fitting off. Now you just want to make sure you clean up the threads for any tape that's left behind in those threads. You want to get them out because you don't want them to go into your system. Okay, now I'm going to take my pipe cutter again and I'm going to cut this part off. Alright, so now I'm going to take this fit in and I'm going to apply plumber's tape all around it. I'm going to pass it several times, pretty thick, because once this is in there, it's permanent, and if you have to take it off, you have to get a whole new fit in, you have to do the whole process all over again. So better safe than sorry, put a bunch in there, and then let's pray for the best. So now I'm going to use my crescent wrench. I don't want to use my channel locks because this is a brand new fit in, and channel locks tend to chew through the plastic. This will keep it nice and neat. So that's good. Just clean this up. So now I'm going to add my blowout valve, but I'm going to dry fit everything first. I'm not going to permanently seal it. This is the valve that I'm going to use to blow out my sprinklers going forward. Here I'm going to take measurements to know what size to cut the pipe down to. And look at that, perfect fit. Here I'm doing on-the-field measurements to make sure I can get the length of the pipe that's right, and I'm going to take a screwdriver just to scratch it off to where I need to cut it. That's a good job. I'm happy with the way that looks. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to fix the cosmetic look of how the pipes looked, and so I had to redo the PVC. And then I wanted to actually add a isolation zone for the blowout. This way, when it's time to blow it out, I can close the system through the backflow, and I can access it through this T that I just added, and I can blow out the sprinkler systems from there without any harm of damaging the backflow. So now I'm just going to start to prep the fittings. You want to clean it with a clean paper towel. This is the PVC glue. It's rain or shine. This is the PVC primer. This helps the glue adhere and stick. And so what you want to first do is apply a thin coat of primer. This stuff is super drippy and it stains everywhere. So once you get it on something white, it will be purple forever. So be really careful with it. The glue you can wipe up, but it's a little thick. It does run. You want to wipe that up as soon as it starts to drip or anywhere it goes. But here you just go in circular motion and you apply it. Okay, so now you put the pipe in. Now be careful. Once you put that pipe in, you want to give it a little bit of a twist so it can stick around, but it's going to stick almost immediately. So once you set that in, it's set. Here I am. I'm going to clean up the rest of the fittings, and I'm going to do the same process. So now I'm working on the T that is going to be the access point for the blowout. So if you were just to add this access point, you don't want to change your PVC pipes, you would just cut your pipe down the middle, cut a little bit off to make sure you can get the T in there, and this is the process you would then follow, right? You then put the primer in, you put the glue in, and then you stick it onto the pipe that you just cut. Right there, you put that on, and then it sticks almost immediately, so you want to make sure you place it properly. Again, you don't have to go through the trouble to change all your PVC pipes out like I'm doing here. For my purpose, it was cosmetic. For your purpose, you just want to cut your pipe right down the middle, and you can cut a bit off, and then you can push it up and push the pipe back in. And so that process is just as easily doable than just changing out the entire pipes. For me, I did it because I wanted to make sure it's clean. That looks great to me. Now on to the elbow. And so this is what I mean. It gets really drippy and it can get goopy very quickly. So you want to make sure you clean that up very quickly. I got some on the side in there. I cleaned it off. You can probably get some of that off with some chemicals and power washer. But this is what I mean. Be really careful because it gets goopy and drippy very quickly. So here's the T that I'm going to use to blow out my sprinklers going forward. It's closed by a 1/2-inch plug, which in the springtime I'll add some plumber's tape and I'll tighten it very tightly and I'll make sure nothing leaks. But to me this looks great. It's a job well done. So now I'm just going to add a plastic bag over the fittings to ensure that no water gets in. It is the winter time. I did this while the system was entirely drained, and so this is just a preventive measure that I do because we do get snow, we do get rain, and this helps prevent any water from getting back into the system. And there you have it. So I hope you learned a thing or two about how you too can add your own blowout valve. It's an important thing that I feel like it's just safer for me. I don't want to go through the backflow anymore. People keep telling me don't do that, and so I found a way not to do that, and this is what works for me. And that's the point of my channel. If I find something and if I can record it, I want to record it. I want to show you what I did so that maybe you can learn something. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and consider subscribing. I'd love to see you back. Happy DIYing. I'm out.